The story of Sodom and Gomorrah is a tale as old as time. It is a story of prosperity and corruption, of faith and wickedness, of divine justice and enduring lessons. In the ancient land of Canaan, nestled in a fertile valley, lay the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. The land was bountiful, the cities prosperous, and the people lived in the lap of luxury. But this prosperity came at a price. It bred complacency, then arrogance, and finally a complete disregard for morality and the divine. The heart of man is easily swayed. When surrounded by abundance, it forgets its roots, its values, and its God. So it was with Sodom and Gomorrah. Wealth and comfort had blinded the people to the true source of their blessings. They turned away from the righteous path, their hearts consumed by greed and their souls stained with sin. Into this cauldron of wickedness, God sent a prophet, a man of unwavering faith and righteousness named Lut. Lut was a nephew of Abraham, a patriarch chosen by God to establish a nation founded on faith and obedience. Like his uncle, Lut was a man of deep conviction, chosen to deliver God's message to a city lost in its own iniquity. His mission was fraught with challenges. He was tasked with guiding a people who had turned their backs on God, who scoffed at his laws, and who reveled in their own depravity. Lut's message was one of repentance and a return to righteousness. He implored the people to abandon their wicked ways, to embrace God's love, and to live in accordance with his divine laws. But the people of Sodom and Gomorrah had sunk too deep into the mire of their own making. They had crossed a line, their hearts hardened against the pleas of the prophet. They mocked Lut, disregarded his warnings, and continued their descent into sin and depravity. Their sins were not merely those of the flesh, though those were rampant. They were sins of the soul: cruelty, greed, pride, and a complete lack of empathy for their fellow man. They had become a society where might made right, where the weak were exploited, and where the pursuit of pleasure, no matter how perverse, was paramount. As the darkness deepened, God decided to intervene directly. He sent down 2 angels disguised as young men to assess the situation in Sodom. They arrived at the city gates, weary from their journey. It was here that they encountered Lut, who, true to his nature, offered them the hospitality that was so lacking in his city. Lut welcomed the strangers into his home, unaware of their true identities, but his act of kindness did not go unnoticed. The depravity of Sodom was so pervasive that even the act of offering hospitality to strangers was seen as an anomaly, an affront to their way of life. Word spread quickly through the city, and soon a mob gathered outside Lut's house. Section 5. Unveiling the Divine. The mob, consumed by lust and fueled by wickedness, demanded that Lut hand over his guests. They intended to violate them, a chilling testament to the depths of their depravity. Lut, horrified, pleaded with them, even offering his own daughters in their place. But the mob was relentless. Their hearts hardened against any plea for reason or compassion. It was then that the angels revealed their true identities. They struck the mob with blindness, their divine power a stark contrast to the wickedness that surrounded them. They informed Lut that they were messengers of God, sent to unleash his wrath upon Sodom and Gomorrah. The cities, they declared, were beyond redemption, their fate sealed by their own wickedness. Section 6. Flight from Doom. The angels instructed Lut to gather his family and flee the city immediately. They were forbidden from looking back, lest they too be consumed by the impending destruction. As dawn broke, Lut and his family, their hearts heavy with dread and sorrow, fled the city that had been their home. But Lot's wife, her heart still clinging to the life she was leaving behind, couldn't resist the urge to look back. In that instant she was transformed into a pillar of salt, a chilling reminder of the consequences of disobedience and the swiftness of divine justice. Section 7. A city turned to ash. As Lut and his daughters fled, the sky above Sodom and Gomorrah erupted in fire. Flames rained down from the heavens, consuming everything in their path. The once prosperous cities were reduced to smoldering ruins, a testament to the wages of sin and the unyielding power of divine judgment. The earth trembled, the air filled with the stench of sulfur, and the cries of the wicked echoed through the valley, a chilling symphony of destruction. When the smoke cleared, nothing remained but ash and silence, a stark and desolate landscape where bustling cities once stood. Section 8. Echoes of Sodom. The story of Sodom and Gomorrah is not merely an ancient tale of destruction. It is a timeless parable, a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked sin and the importance of living a righteous life. The echoes of Sodom resonate throughout history, a cautionary tale whispered across generations. It serves as a warning against the corrupting influence of power, wealth, and unchecked desire. It reminds us that true prosperity lies not in material possessions but in spiritual wealth, in kindness, compassion, and adherence to divine law. Section 9. A timeless warning. Even today, millennia after the events of Sodom and Gomorrah, their story holds a powerful message for us. We live in a world where temptation is rife, where the pursuit of pleasure often overshadows moral considerations, and where the gap between the haves and have-nots continues to widen. The story of Lot reminds us that we are all accountable for our actions. It urges us to choose the path of righteousness, to stand up for what is right, and to be beacons of hope and compassion in a world that can often feel dark and unforgiving. Just as the fate of Sodom and Gomorrah serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of unchecked sin, so too can their story inspire us to strive for a better world, a world where justice, compassion, and righteousness prevail. Let the echoes of Sodom serve as a timeless warning, a call to action, and a beacon guiding us towards a brighter future.